Have you ever prayed for something, worked towards it, and then somehow you ruined it yourself? Maybe you've simply procrastinated about your goals, or maybe you've pushed someone that really loved you so much, you've pushed them away. Or maybe simply you've always convinced yourself that you're not good enough. And if you've ever thought to yourself, why do I keep ruining good things? Why does it always seem like I can't seem to get hold of anything good in my life? Then this video is for you. Because most people, they're not failing at life or at different things because they're not good enough. They're failing because of self-doubt, and they're quick to self-sabotage anything that hasn't even come to fruition. Today in this video, I want to talk about why do we self-sabotage ourselves? And where does this fear really come from? And most importantly, how to finally stop self-sabotaging your life and regain your power. The thing is, when people hear words like self-sabotaging, they start thinking like, oh, making a huge mistake, right? Or something so dramatic. But that's not actually what self-sabotaging is. Self-sabotaging looks like constantly procrastinating when it comes to things, overthinking any little decision. Sometimes you even overthink something that you are good at, because that is tied in with fear and fear of failing. And this follows with quitting early before you actually give something a chance for it to work. And self-sabotaging can also look like staying in unhealthy relationship. I think a lot of people seem to think that self-sabotaging when it comes to relationship, it means ending relationships before you even giving them a time to work. But it can actually look like you staying in relationships that don't serve you, in relationships that don't bring anything productive or bring any happiness. You are self-sabotaging your happiness because you're scared of stepping out of that thing that's not working to starting again. You're scared of failing. And self-sabotaging can look like some delaying your dreams, delaying to pursuing your goals, saying, oh, I'll start on Monday. Or you want to start making content online. You're like, oh, I'll start next week. Or I'm going to write down some ideas. You write down some ideas, but you never start. How many of you right now have got notes and journals just piled up in your room of ideas that you want to do, but you just don't do it? You just don't start. And for me, when I went to therapy taught me that when we self-sabotage things, it's not because we're lazy, right? It's simply because of fear. Fear of failing. Fear of thinking that you're not good enough. Fear of rejection. And then sometimes you're simply scared of disappointment. And the other thing about self-sabotaging that I've noticed is people, they can be scared of failing, but half of the time they're scared of what people would think. They're scared of people's opinions. So instead of going after what you want to do, you almost keep yourself stuck in that loop of just rumination, thinking and wishing and, worried about what other people would think. And then in those thoughts, that's when the sabotaging feeling and thoughts come. And then you get stuck and you never accomplish anything. And sometimes self-sabotaging stems from childhood experiences. Because if you think about it, if you grew up a life of where you were always criticized, you probably learned that, making mistakes was a no-no, right? You probably learned that whenever you make mistake, you felt like, oh, I'm not good enough. And this probably made your nervous system to feel unsafe. This probably made your nervous system to feel like, let me not do anything outside of my comfort zone. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking, what are some signs that shows that you're self-sabotaging? So 1, you wait until you're ready, or you tell yourself, oh, I'll do it when I'm ready. But here's the truth, you will never be ready. All these people that you see online that are successful, or people that you look up to, they had to do that thing when they're scared. They probably failed so many times, right, before they became perfect to something. And if you're constantly waiting when you're ready to accomplish something, or to come out of your comfort zone, or to chase your dreams or your goals or whatever it is, you will never be ready. I'm here to tell you right now, you will never be ready. I will use myself as an example, right? I am somebody that likes to yap. I like to talk a lot. And I've been thinking about making, YouTube videos and, self-improvement and self-development videos. And I thought to myself, who is actually going to listen to my voice, or who's actually going to sit in their house and watch these videos? And one day I thought, do you know what? I don't really care if anybody sits and watches this video. I'm gonna do this as something that I enjoy doing. And I'm halfway the 6-month mark of creating content here on YouTube. And I am proud of the growth that I've done. And really listen to what I've just said. I am proud of the growth, right? Not, oh, the numbers have showed, oh, people are saying. No, I am simply proud of what I've done. Because if you think about it, when you do something that you love, confidence comes with what you're doing, right? Confidence always comes after action. You always have to do the very thing that's uncomfortable for you to get confident at it. Number 2 reason of why you are self-sabotaging is you're overthinking it. You are simply overthinking. You're overthinking how you look. You're overthinking about the end result. You're overthinking about what people will say. You were just overthinking it. And maybe the idea, you're overthinking if it will work. Instead of just doing that thing, you overthink it. You're overthinking texting that boy or that girl that you like. You're overthinking applying for that job. You're overthinking about starting your health journey. You're overthinking it and you're just not putting in the action. So what do? Get up and do that thing. Just get up and do it. Get up and try. There is nothing wrong with trying. And I always say this, I would rather fail at something than to sit here and regret that I never did it at all. I would rather fail than regret. So get up. Stop overthinking it. And another reason why you might be self-sabotaging is you are comparing yourself to everyone else. You are comparing your journey. You're comparing your life decisions. You're comparing your goals to your friends. You're comparing what you want to do to what you see on social media. You're comparing yourself to your friends. Stop comparing yourself, because when you compare yourself, you're almost immediately self-sabotaging yourself before you even give yourself a chance to prosper. Look at what I'm doing right now, making these videos on YouTube. This has been done a millions of times. There is big gurus out there that have done exactly what I'm doing. But I am focused on my path. I am focused on my growth. I am focused on what I'm doing. If I sit here and start comparing could be healthy because you can get tips. But if you compare to a point where you are left numb, then that's not good. You self-sabotage. If I compare myself to Lucy Benson, for example, she's an amazing creator here on YouTube. If I compare myself to her, then I will probably never achieve what I want to do, because she's come from a long time ago and a long background of how she's done what she's done, and she's done amazing. I almost look up to her and think, oh wow, do you know what, I wanna do what she's doing, but maybe even better. So stop comparing yourself, because comparison is keeping you stuck. And another reason why you might be self-sabotaging is you are quitting when things get uncomfortable. So the first sign of a hurdle, or the first sign of failure, or the first sign that all things are going to be a bit tricky here, you quit. You can't quit. Failure is part of the process. You are self-sabotaging because any little sign that this thing might not work, any little gossip, people talking about your idea, you think, oh God, this is embarrassing, let me not do it. Why quit? You have to try again until you find yourself, until you find the rhythm. So stop quitting before you even start. Because you need to remember, growth is very uncomfortable. Building something is uncomfortable. Starting a new hobby is uncomfortable. If you're someone that suffers from social anxiety, thinking about going to the gym is uncomfortable, right? But you know, growth happens on the opposite side of fear. And stepping out of your house and going out for a walk, that's a big step towards your health journey. You don't have to think far. You just have to think, okay, what can I do today to prepare myself to achieve what I want to achieve? Because remember, your thoughts are not always facts. Your thoughts and your emotions will change over time. And I always say this, you always have to be stronger than your emotions, or they will always keep you stuck. If you wake up today feeling, oh, I can't be bothered, and you listen to, oh, I can't be bothered, do you think you're gonna do anything productive that day? But if you wake up feeling like, oh, do you know what, I can't be bothered today, I don't want to go out for a walk, I don't want to go out to the gym, but you go anyway, by the time you finish working out, I promise you, you're gonna feel better. So stop relying on your emotions. They will always change. And remember, just because your mind said, oh, you're going to fail, it doesn't mean it's true. It's just a thought. And I feel like sometimes your mind tells you something that it knows that your subconscious, that's how you're feeling. But you almost have to challenge your mind frame. You have to have a strong mindset if you want to stop self-sabotaging. And for me, I am a qualified registered mental health nurse, and I had to learn, right, that sometimes it's not about discipline. Sometimes if you're struggling with self-sabotaging, it's not about discipline, right? It's about regulating your nervous system to let yourself know that you are safe and that you are capable of doing what you want to do. Because if your nervous system is not regulated, I promise you, darling, even just getting up from your bed to go and wash the dishes that have been in the sink for 2 days will seem impossible. Because if your nervous system often always feel overwhelmed, right, you will naturally avoid a difficult task. So always make sure you prioritize your sleep, you prioritize your prayer life. Like for me, I am somebody that's big on prayer. I cannot start my day without making a prayer. And I'm not saying like I pray all the time, like long prayers in the morning. Sometimes I'm only human. Sometimes I'm tired. I can't even be bothered. But you know what? I will never step out of my bed without not saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for this day. Thank you, Jesus, for blessing me with this day. Give me the strength that I need to face today. And then I get up. And I start my day that way. So always prioritize your nervous system and don't break promises to yourself. If you're watching this video and you feel like I have made a promise to myself that I was going to go to uni, I have made a promise to myself that I was going to, get a new job, or I was going to start working towards my health, or I was going to, start going to church every Sunday, why have you broken that promise to yourself? Ask yourself that question. Is it because of fear? Is it because you're scared? And I think it's so important to identify the feeling, right? Because when you identify a feeling that's making you sabotage, you're almost one step away from dealing with what's happening. If you're scared about something, identify that. Why am I scared? Why am I actually scared of doing what I want to do? But I'm fully happy to sit and watch other people accomplish and get the things that I know that I'm capable of. You are capable of building and achieving your goals. You are capable of getting everything you've always wanted for yourself. You have just got to believe in yourself. You have to stop doubting yourself. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of us are stuck in this mind frame, this loop of self-sabotaging, of self-doubt, of being self-critical, of like sitting in all these thoughts of perfectionism. How many times do you want to post a picture on social media, but you look at that picture, girl, and you're like, I don't like that picture. I don't like my feet. I don't like how my face, oh, I don't like how my teeth looks. Oh, I don't like my hair. And before you know it, you don't post it. You probably even send that picture to your group chat, and all your friends are like, girl, you eat. Like that hair, the dress, everything is nice. But you will look at it and you will criticize yourself and you just won't post it. I think you need to start working in your self-belief about yourself. That's all I can say about self-sabotaging is the self-belief about yourself. Because if you criticize yourself all the time, you will never achieve the things that you want to achieve or the things that you are capable of achieving. I hope this video has motivated you. I hope it's helped you to discover yourself. I hope it's helped you to kind of regulate your nervous system. I hope it's helped you to have the courage to actually go for what you need, because I believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself. So if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment this video about something that you have been, putting on the sideline, something that you've been struggling with when it comes to, self-sabotaging. And let's just share tips in the comments. And I will see you guys in my next video. If you're new here, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.